Peace. Hold on. Here we go. My fault. Didn't know I wasn't on. Alright. Peace. This is your boy Juice One with another episode of Smoke. Hold on, let me turn this down. With another episode of Smoke and Jokes, where we discuss today's topics while indulging in the greatest of herbal essences. And today's show was brought to you by no other than Lemon Haze. Because if you're gonna be in the haze, it might as well be lemonade. Now, I know I said that, I was gonna be, start rolling in advance, but, I wanted to spend the yard with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to spend the yard with y'all, so hold on, I'm hearing a little, feedback, so let me, check my headphones. Okay. You can hear me? All right. Now, so I just wanted to spend the yard with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Have a little jail talk with y'all real quick. I was just flashing back earlier about, you know, my first time in C74, which is actually my only time in C74, to be honest with you. I was only there one time. I was there for like probably all together, I wanna say um shit. 2 days, 3 days tops. You know what I'm saying? Tops 3 days. Anyway, okay, let me roll this as I'm building with y'all. So I was 16 years old, right? This is around the same time as like the Central Park jogger and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that, because I tell people all the time that, me and Corey Wise, one of the guys who was involved in the framing of the Central Park joggers. He was one of the people who was framed in the Central Park jogging case, right? Me and him went to school together. He was actually in class. He was in school with me when it happened, and a lot of people approached me because they was under the impression that I could have been involved due to the fact of the lifestyle that I was living. You know, I was known to, you know, roam those areas, you know, with the rest of the wilders, as you could call us. We wasn't rapists and none of that stuff. I mean, as a mindset of people, I can't say there was an. I don't know. There was nobody, inside my little group of people that I was gonna allow any of that type of actions. I wouldn't, it wasn't about, you know, um, being an oppressor yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I find rape, molestation, I find that as the biggest form of oppression. So I do feel, the plight of women due to the fact of, anybody who could put you in such a vulnerable position as that. You understand what I'm saying? I think that plight is way stronger, to be honest with you, than the black plight. If there's ever a plight that I could ever step aside and understand the plight, it would be the feminist plight, believe it or not. Even though I don't respect the feminist movement due to the fact that it has so much male hate. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I understand it though. I'm a man, so it's hard for me to, stand wholeheartedly with that. You know what I mean? With that, but I do respect the plight. I respect anybody who's in an oppressive situation to uprise and get out of that situation. You know what I mean? Just rolling here real quick. Okay, okay. I just told you don't need to be having your shit all wet the fuck up like you ain't got no goddamn sense in your head. No? Even if you're smoking alone, it doesn't require your weed to be drenched in motherfucking saliva. That's all I'm saying. So, as you can see, the beauty in the row here. The beauty in the row. You see it, you see it. Right? Anyway. Like I said, I was 16, young kid, wilding out, you know, um, frequenting, like the Central Park, downtown, midtown area, and a couple of other places. You know what I'm saying? At that time, like I said, my whole agenda, I was on the a word they put roots on TV. I was one of them people. You understand what I'm saying? A word they got roots on TV, so then that means I got a reason to be upset, slapping white boys, jacking motherfuckers, the whole nine. So yes, I was one of the people in Central Park. I happened to get caught um, for a crime. Now, I'm sitting here thinking because I believe that I wasn't in Central Park at the time of that because I believe no, no, no. Yes, I was because I was in Manhattan Court. Okay, now this is why, hold on, pardon me, my eye. This is why that part is important because if you ever been to C74, especially back in the days, right? When you was in intake, there were cells, right? And each one of these cells were for different boroughs because whatever you got caught for, you understand what I'm saying? You had to go to court in that borough. So if you got caught in the Bronx, you wouldn't be going to Manhattan court. You would have to attend Bronx court. So they had the different bullpens to separate the people. Now me, I'm from Harlem in the Bronx. I was raised in both of them. You know what I mean? So I'm happen to be in um a Manhattan bullpen because Central Park is in Manhattan. So, um, like I said, I never was into, especially at that time, I wasn't into the the self hate. I was never looking at my people and saying that I got a conflict with them. Even though, growing up in the projects, I had a lot of conflict. But it wasn't me, it was the conflict coming towards me. You understand what I'm saying? Which is two different things. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's because you a new kid in the projects or you ain't got no money or you don't know the right kids or you ain't you ain't hanging with them and they want you to hang with them and whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? So so I'm in there and I wind up seeing two guys that I had a lot of problems with growing up. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of problems growing up. So, oh no, no, no. Matter of fact, that's at the ending of the story. So let me take it to the beginning. So, so anyway, I come in. I I was with a group of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Got caught for a robbery case, right? Um, they separate you most of the time. You're not gonna really wind up most likely in the same house as your co-defendants. You know what I'm saying? But I really wasn't caring. You know what I'm saying? But not because I was tough, because I was stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like just stupid. Not, you know, realizing that, majority of the people there were dealing with self-hate. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that most of the people were like me and my peoples in doing this over here, going, wilding out in Central Park and shit like that. So, you know, that's what I'm thinking. So inside of that, I wound up, getting locked up. So like I said, I didn't know I didn't have older brothers, and the older dudes that I was around, they wasn't criminals. You know what I'm saying? Like they wasn't into that lifestyle. So nobody I knew could educate me on that direction. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, taking it for a game. Like I said, I took it as crime was these people over here. For me, it made sense because these are what everybody is complaining about as the oppressor. So I'm thinking crime was that. I didn't think crime was going against your own people. You understand what I'm saying? Because I saw my people in the projects and stuff like that. Now, I mean, I don't know about you, but I was, one of them young kids, 9 years old, sitting on the bench, watching all the actions at 10, 11 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm studying the world as in, like, damn, why is it so chaotic? Like, why are people beefing with each other? So for me, it was never an interest. I'll be honest with you, in everything that I love. You know what I'm saying? I never had an interest in conflict with my people. That's just me. You know what I mean? And to this day, so like a lot of times when a person see or they really watch, they would see I'm not on that level. I'm not on that time. You know what I mean? I'm just not a pussy. You know what I mean? So I remember coming in, you know what I'm saying? You do the whole name stuff and all of that. And so I um I remember the first thing I remember is walking down the hall. And as I'm walking down the hall, they taking us to our dorms, different dorms and shit. They got your car, they walking. So as we walking, you know, like the lights went dark, like the hall, everything, like they powered down. And when the lights came back on, I see everybody on my side all ducked down. I'm the only person standing. Me and the COs, the only two people standing. You know what I'm saying? And you see like people from the other side coming over to that side. You understand what I'm saying? And so when the lights come on, you see them like kind of in the middle, and you see the COs telling them to get back over to the other side. So like I said, I didn't know about oxes. I didn't know about ice picks. I didn't know shit. I didn't know a goddamn thing. I learned that. I didn't get touched. You know what I'm saying? But I learned right there, that, what the fuck? I still didn't know why they were ducking. I didn't find that out until, a bit later. But at that present moment, I didn't know shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't know nothing. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was just walking, dumbfounded as shit into something that could have got my whole fucking face ripped off. You know what I'm saying? So, the wild, anybody know C74, that shit wild as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And this is at the height of wilding. I don't know if I can't say the height because before I got there, niggas was on like, yo, that's you. And so by the time I got there, it was wild. After I left, it's still wild. So you know what I'm saying? I don't know the height, but I know that That's probably always been outside of HDM. That has always been the most dangerous building on Rikers Island. Young boys going sick. You know what I'm saying? Thinking they do it what the grown men are doing. And plus they got a way to let off some stress. So now I get to the dorm. All right, now I'm in the dorm and I remember dudes coming up and I guess I'm gonna say sizing me up. At the time, I wasn't thinking that, but to keep a G, now you realize, yeah, they were sizing me up, seeing if I was somebody to, step to or not. So, I remember the dude. I just remember, really, I remember one dude named Cameo, and I remember the nigga was from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I just remember that too. I remember those two things. I remember the dude named Cameo. I doubt that's his real name. As far as like even growing up, continuing with that, I think it was due to the fact of he had like that little Cameo flat top at the time. You know what I'm saying? So they was calling the nigga Cameo. He was from Brooklyn, and I remember the nigga. Now, mind you, I had on a pair of Etonics. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I could pull up some Etonics, sneakers for those who might not be aware of. Just to understand that even if for me to have to look it up, it was popping at the time, but it really wasn't, that brand. It was just something that, like, I guess like that passing trend as they establish, like the official shits, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to find one that was like actually at the time, cause I'm seeing some nice colors. I would rock today. Um, let's see here, cause mine were, I believe it was these right here. Okay, so let me bring this up. Right. Okay, now these right here were the tonics that I had. You know what I'm saying? So, they was some blue suede Etonics. At that time, like they were popping, I guess. It wasn't really all that. It didn't cost no real fucking money. My grandmom's was, a foreigner. she wasn't trying. Hold on, let me take this out real quick. Um, she wasn't really trying to spend bread on on that. You know what I'm saying? We was in the projects. We was trying to get out the projects, and we was purchasing a home. We was purchasing a house. So she wasn't. Her mindset wasn't spending it on brand names and all of that. And to be honest, I really wasn't into that. I didn't really care. So for me, it wasn't nothing. It was just that because of that, your environment tries to whip you into that mindset. So you wind up in a lot of beef with that. You understand what I'm saying? Like my thing is, I'm just going after the oppressors. You know what I mean? So like I would get things and never really care. Like I could get a gold chain or whatever and never wear it. I never had that interest. You know what I'm saying? I had more substance. I want things with more substance. You know what I mean? That would just be. It always just be. It's gonna be me. So for these, right? Dude was like, "Yo, what you wanna do for those?" That was like a little, Jack saying and shit. Like, "What you wanna do for those and shit?" So I said, "Yo, I tell you what, we could go into the bathroom, and if you beat me, you could have them." So he was like, "This real talk." You know what I'm saying? He's looking like. And so his man was like, "Nah, nah, nah, you good, you good." You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not really paying any attention to it or anything. So maybe the niggas, see, I never found out what would transpire from that. Cause I went to sleep that night. I seen niggas putting little tissues on dudes in the dudes' beds and flipping on them and shit. I made sure none of that shit was for me, and I was good. I went to sleep, woke up the next day. Um, I had to go to court. So now I'm being taken to court. This is where, because that was that. Nothing transpired. It was like, I just learned from that incident that, you don't fold. Like, you don't fold. Just whatever it's gonna be, you clearly in that situation, and I'm not gonna fold. Like I said, I was stupid. I didn't know if niggas had blades. I didn't think none of that shit at that time. I was just thinking, you know what I mean? Just, if it's gonna come down to a head up, I'm gonna beat your ass. Even if it, me growing up, like I said in the project shit, I was getting jumped, nigga. Niggas wasn't trying to give me fair ones. You know what I'm saying? So my first official fight was a 2-on-1. You know what I'm saying? My first official fight was a 2-on-1 where I just said bang bang, you know what I'm saying, and really started getting it in. So I learned differently. You know what I'm saying? I learned with the odds against me. You know what I mean? So I wasn't concerned with some scrapping. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So nothing transpired. So when I wound up now, but they was asking me about a brother from my projects. You know what I'm saying? Named Tony T. He was like, yo, you know a dude named Tony T? I was like, yeah, because he had made an album. Well, he didn't make an album. He made some records. I know one was expressing them, and the other one was most valuable poet on the MIC. Those are the two that I knew. He had made it at Rooftop Records. Pardon me. Somebody over here doing something. I don't know what the hell they doing. All right. He had made it in Rooftop Records, and this is where like Teddy Riley got his start and stuff like that. This is where Rakim had filmed the I Ain't No Joke video and a whole bunch of things. Anybody know Rikers Island, Rooftop Records, Rooftop, the same place from Paid in Full movie and all of that, just in general, all of that is right there. So, we got to start right there. I grew up right there, going in the Rooftop and all of that. So I was like, yeah, I know him. Yeah, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? I know him. We good peoples. I know his brothers, all of that. Ron G. You know what I'm saying? So, and his brother, that's, his man and shit. Ron G is Black Fred's brother. Peoples. So, yeah, so these, I was like, yeah, I know him. So I guess, like, from that, shit just was like, I guess I don't know if they wanted to see if I knew him or whatever the case may be. But anyway, that just basically left right there for the moment. I wasn't stressing it as long as you wasn't stepping to me. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So the next day I had to go to court. Now as I'm going to court, I wound up in the bullpen. Now, like I said, I'm in the Manhattan court. I'm in the Manhattan court. And as I'm in the Manhattan court pens, I see two dudes from the projects. No names given. You know what I'm saying? They don't matter. We was young kids. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen them since that day. Oh, no, I'm lying. I did see one of them after that day. But it's nothing. We was young kids, 16, 17, whatever. So I'm in there, right, and so I remember the dude scheming. It was like some dude scheming, and I remember these two dudes like, yeah, oh nah, you could get him in on me pussy, whatever the case may be. So I was like, word. So I stood up. So it was good. You know what I'm saying? Put my hands up. Niggas acting like they want to do something, but they scared to step. So one dude tried to come to me, so I swung at him. Boom, boom. I don't know if I hit him ankle on front. You know what I'm saying? But in the mix of that, like as niggas was trying to rush me, the CO came. So the CO like, yo, what's going on here? Pulled me out. I'm like, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he looking at me, just shaking his head, looking. Then he asked one of the other dudes, he said, what's going on here? And the dudes was like trying to say that it was me. Like, oh, he started, so the seal was like, oh, so one dude, he's starting with three dudes, bow, he slapped him. Anybody know Rikers Island and them COs, you know niggas is mad disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? You know they mad disrespectful. Let me put this out. Um, yeah, you would know that, you know, these COs, they mad disrespectful. They don't once you behind any wall, the game changes. So now you can see the gangsters, you can see the wild out niggas, you can see the straight pussy niggas, you can see the rats, the bitch, the gays, you know what I'm saying? You can see all of that shit because most of the time you in a dorm environment. You understand what I'm saying? So, especially when you're in a dorm environment, the ratting and snitching, whatever, you're going to see it more prevalent where when these niggas is in cells or whatever, they could like slide it through the gates or whatever and, you know, tell a CO some sucker shit. You know what I mean? But, so I wound up, you know what I'm saying, getting it on with them. CO wound up slapping one of them, told motherfuckers to go about their business. And, he wound up putting me in the Brooklyn cell. Now the Brooklyn cell is right next to the CO's desk, like the bubble. If you know anything, your Brooklyn give it up. You know what I'm saying? They give it up. They wild as shit. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to keep them, you know, I guess like a extreme high or whatever shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I wound up going in there. And when I was in there, um, I remember this big ass Brooklyn. I don't know none of these people names. It don't even matter. But I just remember this one big Brooklyn nigga laying on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And I remember this other dude looking at, cause you know niggas is yelling through the gate, yo, get that nigga, yeah, all that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But I'm really not on the gate right now popping shit. I'll be honest with you. I was just standing there minding my business, like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, the nigga, like I said, now this is what I feel. The nigga who tapped it, like he took his foot and he tapped the dude on the floor, and the dude like looked over, he was like, yo. He was like, you know, like, he was like, yo, what's good? He was like, yo, you want some kicks? The nigga looked over at me and said, yeah, I'll take them. Oh, shit. So the nigga said, yo, yeah, I'll take them. I'm looking like, yeah, man. You know, actually, I didn't give a fuck at first. When he said it, I'm going to keep it G. I didn't give a fuck what he said. Like, yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? So, when he got up, yeah. This is a big ass dude. I mean, big fat dude, tall and shit. So now I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, I'm thinking I'm smart and shit. So I'm trying to reason with a motherfucker and shit. Like, yo, listen, man, I just got into it with a dude over there and shit. And you know, he's like, yo, listen, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I want your kicks and shit. So I'm like, listen, I ain't coming off of that. I hear what you're saying at all, but that's not happening. Especially due to the fact that these two pussy motherfuckers right here will love to go back. And like I told you, this is where pride and all of that, you know, gets in the way. Because you like, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Worse enough when if I see one of you motherfuckers fucking rock you. You understand what I'm saying? Um, so my thing is nah, I'm not gonna. First of all, we gonna have beef regardless. I'm not gonna have a beef with you thinking that you have a victory and I'm trying to get back over the victory. Nah, nigga, nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding this down so when you see me, you understand that I'm gonna rock you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I'm giving it up. So I was like, yo, whatever. So um we we wind up tussling. You know what I'm saying? No. The dude was like, he was telling me, yeah, I'm gonna take that tussling shit back. That happened a little bit after this part. He says, listen, I ain't trying to hear that shit. You take them shit off. I'm like, nah. So he swing at me and shit. I wind up ducking. You know what I'm saying? Now there was these metal door type things that separate the little bathroom toilet area. You know what I'm saying? Like very small up in front of everybody's face anyway. But they got a little door there. You know what I'm saying? You wind up hitting that little thing right there. I duck around this shit. You know what I'm saying? I wind up, trying to hold him. I wound up trying to hold him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, who winds up looking? CEOs. So what they do, they take me out there. They looking at me like, yo, listen, my man. No. He didn't even say nothing to me yet. He didn't even say nothing to me yet. Now I wind up going into the Queen cell. Now, if I'm correct, Queens and Staten Island, they held like the same cell. Somebody I know, cause remember it was 4 cells on that side, right? On one side of the wall. You know what I'm saying? So one of those was another borough, like 2 boroughs put in one. So anyway, I'm at the far end. I know it's Queens. I know that for a fact. So I'm inside there. There's I think 2 dudes in there already. But they don't want no problem. Like I said, I'm not one of them dudes that you know, I'm not on the bullshit, but I'm not one of them dudes that if you just see me come out of all of that right there, you know whoever's inside here, you better you better be really about this shit, cause I just came out of the whole cell with a whole fucking shell of goons, nigga. You 2 individuals in here don't even look like you know each other. I'm just sorry to say, that's not how it's going down. Anyway, so I'm inside there, and I remember them calling over like, yo, get him, yo, fuck that nigga, yada, yada, yada. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, whatever. I'm sitting down. I'm just like, really not trying to pursue this anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So I remember these 2 dudes came in. Big muscle niggas too and shit. Young muscle niggas at 16, 17. Whoa. Cock these little swell niggas living your whole life in prison niggas. Anyway, 2 big, you know what I'm saying, dudes. So I remember these was like light skinned niggas and shit. So I don't know their names or nothing anyway. So I remember the niggas coming in the cell. And I remember me just sitting there. So they niggas like, yo, get that nigga. So these niggas looking like they amp now. Like, we're looking around, who? So they looking at me. You know like how you can see eyes glancing over at you. But like I said, I'm looking at this point like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving up. So they ain't even paying attention to me. So they run up on another dude, slapping him up and shit. Like, yeah, we got him. Boom. So I'm sitting there like, I feel bad for you, broski. I feel bad. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if they was running up on me, period, I would have been up in arms. Or I would have said, nah, that's him right there. The fuck y'all niggas doing? You better go handle, G'd up. Fuck you gonna stay in there, let some niggas slap up on you and shit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm sitting there. I'm looking at this shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I feel it bad for them because, I understand that they stepped into you for my problem. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, at the same time, I'm starting to come to this realization that there is no love in the community. I'm telling you this story because this is when I came to the conclusion that it was gonna be real hard to free the people. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, my feel like I got a hair in my eye, some shit. But from that, I realized it was gonna be real hard to free the people. You know what I'm saying? Due to the fact that here go the group that's supposed to be the rebels. Those who's fighting the system, and what are they doing? Fighting me, the person who obviously was the only one going out there in Central Park and shit like that. Clearly, whatever you motherfuckers is here for was for fighting each other. Because how were you turning this into that? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, because I didn't have shit. I wasn't one of them fly niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? I had gold chains and, gold teeth and none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular nigga with some fucking... what's with some fucking etonics. I'm just pointing that out to you. Now, mind you, this whole shit is going down for some punk ass sneakers and shit. And these fucking sneakers right fucking here. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sitting there like, whatever the case may be. I wound up. So no. They wind up going, yeah, we got him. So, I'm looking like, like, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, bro. so they like, yeah, word. So I guess somewhere inside that they give it a description of me. You know what I'm saying? So they looking around like, nah, oh shit. So I jump up, you know what I'm saying? Now we getting it popping. Like I said, at this point, after Big Man in Brooklyn until I realized there was no negotiating in this situation here. You understand what I'm saying? It was just going to be what it was going to be. You know what I mean? So, boom, boom, boom. We getting it scrapping. Boom. The CEOs come. That's what he's telling me. Like, yo, my man, you better learn how to fight. I said, I'll keep it a J. That's what the nigga told me. I'll keep it a G. That's what the CEO told me. You know what I'm saying? He said, yo, man, you guys learn how to fight, man. I said, man, I know how to fucking fight. So you see me keep walking through all of this shit, and I'm the one okay, right? They wind up putting me in, the why me pen. Now I'm on the other side. And I'm looking at all of the people that I was beefing with. You understand what I'm saying? Because I told you all of those cells is on one side. You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm seeing them because I'm standing on this side. Now the why me pen is basically like a punishment pen. Like the why me. Like why am I here? You understand what I'm saying? Like the why am I here pen. You did something, now everybody looking at you and whatever. It's just like supposed to probably only hold like 3 people, 4 people. It's just small. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in there now. I'm on the gate. And I'm now I'm talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Because now I get to see everybody. And now keeping the G. I'm under the impression that I'm separated now from everybody. I'm under the impression that now I can, finally see my assailants. Be like, yeah, you bitch nigga. Now what? And then when I catch your ass, I'm gonna fucking rock you, motherfucker. That's how I give it up and shit. I ain't got no problem on both sides. I'm gonna take the win or the L. But you gonna take the L if I catch you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I was giving it up as a young kid. I didn't mind the fighting part. Like the physical altercations, like that wasn't a problem to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't elevate to all of that other stuff to when I realized no matter where you went, you was just going to be up against the odds. And you just trying to even the odds out. And then after a while, that becomes something else. You understand what I'm saying? But originally, you just going, shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it G. It was a battleground when I was growing up. Everybody didn't want to be a part of the streets in that fashion. Like me, I wanted to be a part of the streets, but my impression of the streets was this unity. I didn't know it was, separated. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So even when you think of, okay, the boroughs, nah, even inside of that, niggas is still on some bullshit. So it was, I just came to that conclusion. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, I'm like, yeah, fuck you, this, that, and the third. So anyway, a group, he had wound up putting like the CEOs, they wound up putting like 2, 3 other dudes in the cell with me. Now I'm shocked. Like I said, remember I just told you, I never been in this situation before, never been to the island. I've been to Spofford before that. Like it was, for me, it was, Spofford, the juveniles, anybody that's under like 14. Like I said, I've been, in the streets for a long time. So I started off going to Spofford. Then, you know what I mean, I elevated to C74. After that, I was in main population, wound up in HDM, then, Supermaxes and Attica and all of the rest of that. But at that time, I was, like I said, I was a young kid, I didn't know shit. I was just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So they wound up putting these dudes in. So they like, yo, get that nigga this, that, and the third. So, like I said, you see me, I'm not gonna, I don't carry I don't feel like carrying myself like the gangsters. You know what I'm saying? I'm respected, I guess, to be, one of the tough guys or whatever, but I'm not like a gangster. I don't hold the mentality of oppressing my people. So I don't hold the mentality of standing up in front of buildings and, selling crack, to the to where the old ladies have to say excuse me, and I didn't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I felt like but then again, like I said, I was raised with my grandmother and, buying a property and getting a house and all of that. So once you see that, I guess you don't feel right. You know what I mean? For me, I didn't feel right. Pardon me. I didn't feel right doing that. You understand what I'm saying? So I always maneuver differently. I come through, say what's up to the niggas and all, but I wasn't into that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, so I'm in here, dude. He it was like I said, it was like, now it was like 3 of them in the cell with me. You know what I'm saying? And, so like I said, I carry myself in a certain way where, I just learned that if you don't, you're going to have a lot of fucking conflict. You know what I'm saying? So I just handle myself in a way where I'm ready to handle the conflict. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. The reason why I say that, because there's a pursuit in conflict, and there's a willingness to fight. I think it's like how Cedric, the entertainer, said, it's like I remember seeing something. He was like, black people are on that. I wish you would time. And I'm not, I'm on. I hope they don't. You know what I'm saying? But if they do, then I can't see me hiding underneath, the table and shit. I don't know. I just can't see it in me. You know what I'm saying? I think, like I said, I think it's, growing up against those type of odds that you just learn how to, deal with whatever it's gonna be. You know what I mean? But I can't see me, trying to run away and, getting shot in the back. I just rather get, shot and, looking at my assailant. I don't know. It's just me. You know what I mean? So, I looked around, dude, young, we was young. So niggas just acting like they don't want no problems. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking. I'm like, yeah, it's goody. You know what I'm saying? They act like they don't want no problems. So I get back on the gate like what? You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm feeling confident. Like, yeah, nigga, you see what it is. That if I had any one of you motherfuckers here, it would be the same fucking thing. Ain't none of you really on that time. You on that time because you got the masses. That's how I was handling it. As I'm thinking this and feeling this way. Oh shit. As I'm feeling this way, this confidence in myself, I wound up getting stabbed in the back by this bitch motherfucker behind me who said he didn't want no problems and nah, yeah, everything is cool. So this is when I learned that, you know what, a coward would play himself in a certain way until he's in the position. And I learned this as a young kid. You understand what I'm saying? 16 is young. That's a kid. So I learned this at a very young age that there's no such thing as scared and fear. Meaning that I don't care what a person act like. If you in a certain lifestyle, then that person has a potential to do that. And I think that's why the streets became so chaotic, due to the fact that you realized that there was a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, and then there was a lot of, but believe it or not, there was more um, um, sheep's and wolves' clothing than it was wolves and sheep's clothing. There was more cowards acting tough than it was, tough guys, ready to stab you in the back. Most of the tough guys I ran across, they stood strong on what they were. So, that's why you see scars and the battle scars and all of that, because they stood on that. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I feel like when I see the tough guys. Like the guys that, you know, I had a sense of respect for. I seen them as people that stood ground to, not they didn't fear getting the scar. Like the scar wasn't a sign of you pussy. That's what the suckers would say as they hiding. You know what I'm saying? But the real dude knew that. Like I'm saying, the real scarred dudes. I'm not talking about the sucker niggas who was doing sucker shit, playing razor tags and chopping niggas and getting chopped. I'm not talking about those dudes. I'm talking about like dudes who stood for a principle, and if they got scarred, you understand what I'm saying? They knew that scar was nothing to do with um, some pussy actions. They caught the scar because of manly actions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a different type of thing. So um, I learned that. You have a large group who are cowards versus those who are men, because here it is, there's already three of you against one. I'm standing there and offering you the action. You understand what I'm saying? I'm there offering you the action. You saying, nah, you ain't got no problems. You understand what I'm saying? You saying, nah, you ain't got no problems. Um, so I wound up getting hit in the back. I got hit in the shoulder area. You know what I'm saying? It was on this side right. They gave me basically like an ice pick, little sucker shit. It wasn't no real shit. It wasn't nothing, no life threatening shit. We young kids, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that niggas can't devise those type of things. It's just that that's not what the case was in that situation. You know what I mean? But for me, like I said, my lessons, the reason why I brought this topic up is because my lesson in life out of that was never underestimate, the people when they think that there's a people behind them. Meaning that, see the sucker? He waited to my back was turned and he's seen all of the numbers against me. So he felt like he was sick. Now don't get it twisted. After he stabbed me, I wound up turning around and beating the fuck out of him. You understand what I'm saying? The point is that he stabbed me though. You understand what I'm saying? So I forgot to mention that part. I don't be really feeling like that shit, you know what I'm saying, is important. You know what I'm saying? Like my pride and all of that is intact. So I don't or my dignity and all of that, like, is intact. So like I didn't really, I just mentioned the second part, like the ending part, but like I would just think it would be obvious considering the fact that, okay, you stabbed me in the back, what happened? You still had the weapon. Now I'm still here. I ain't got no other scars from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I turned around and fucked this bitch ass up. But at the same time, is the point that I'm making is turning my back on that was a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Like thinking that you accomplish, or not, like when I hear these young dudes and they say like, yeah, but you ain't now, you ain't active now. I understand what that mean. Like I do from like that situation, meaning that you don't have to necessarily be idiotic and do that. Any of those self-targeting things, but to be active in the sense that people understand that you will not fold. You know what I'm saying? In that sense of active, I think that a person should always be that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, I just think that's the only thing that seems to be respected. You know what I'm saying? I think that the only thing that's respected is that I'll rock you, muff. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't think it's valuable. I think that either way you playing, you playing with loaded dice. You know what I'm saying? You playing with loaded dice, or somebody call them block this. Yeah, you playing with loaded dice, doing it like that. And then I learned that, like I said, it didn't matter where you was from. Here goes some people directly from where I'm from. Here it is. We're supposed, this borough thing and all of that, and you would still, you know what I'm saying, perform those type of actions. So I knew that it didn't matter. It ain't where you from. Like Rakim said, it's where you at. That's why I started embracing people on an individual basis. Like, I fuck with this person here, I fuck, and from that, I've always been in the mix because I've always fucked with dudes that I saw the quality of for that environment. You know what I'm saying? Or female for that environment. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that if you in the drug game and you giving somebody a package, the person that you giving it to, you would have to see them in that environment, not you need them and they're willing to be in an environment, which is you got drugs, somebody needs money, you're willing to give it to them, so now you got to approach them with all of this, I'll shoot you if you fuck my bread up, and all type of stupid shit. That's bad. That's you um, knowing you ain't got good selection skills, and now you trying to work it off intimidation. You understand what I'm saying? Like that iron fist shit is for when you actually have shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't iron fist no no organization and shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, that iron fisting approach I think is foolish for me personally. But in that, you understand what I'm saying? You're gonna get yourself caught up in so much with the people within. You're gonna build hatred and all type of things. Where if you made it an outward thing, you know what I'm saying, then you would generate better results. But if you do it outwardly, you would also have to know how to deal diplomatically, where it ain't just straight chaos that ensues. You know what I'm saying? That's just a little side lesson, that I learned inside of that. I said, this is just a lesson. I just wanted to tell it. I don't know. It's like it always. I think I filmed this before, but I think the audio was off, so I decided let me do it again. You know what I mean? But yeah. Like I said, this is one of them stories that you know um I grew up, always, keeping with me. Like, oh, and by the way, the Atonics, I wound up taking them joints home and hanging them on my 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 door, like in my closet. Like I had one of them little hook joints when I went home. I had that. I had one of them green mugs. Like if you ever been on an island, they give you like them green mugs and shit. I took one of those home. I had the green mug. I had my sneakers. Um, and it was something else. And pardon me. And I kept those things to remind me of, one, our people just want material things. You know what I'm saying? And let me bring this up. And these, I didn't think was at the level for me to have to be fighting my people for. You niggas is out here yelling Gucci Fendi. This is back, not yelling at that time, but they was this the Dapper Dan ever and all of that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? They up here chasing all of them values, big dookie gold chains. This is Big Daddy Kane's and Biz Markies, rest in peace, Biz. All of these people, you know what I mean? And here it is. This. This. This is what the fuck I wind up at all of that fucking beef for. Some fucking etonics. So I saved them. I had them. Actually, I had them shit since. Okay, now you say 16, right? I caught. I tried to rock. Well, I ain't gonna. I'll get into that story, but I wound up catching a shooting case. You know what I'm saying? And that was when I was out of high school, going like I was just about to go to college. Because right after I got out of jail, I actually, went to college. Like 4 or 5 months after I came out of jail, I went to college. Which is a whole different story right there. But yeah, I wound up going to college. Um, so you figure 16, let's say roughly 4 years. I had them sneakers sitting in my motherfucking closet for 4 years. Never wore them again. Never wore them again. You know what I'm saying? Never wore them again. And I think that's when I made like the full fledged, more OT. You know what I'm saying? Like more OT, more, you know, just holding me down. And if I hold me down, that's what I just learned. I just learned that, holding me down, you can get into less problems. You ain't got to hear about a nigga telling you or yelling out, yo, I'm from here, I'm from there. But man, fuck that shit. I'm here, nigga. Fuck that. This is where the money at. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't gonna front. There's been times when I went out there and acted like I could just act a fool. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't yelling no city shit. I'm just saying acting like it was nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Not knowing the law or nothing. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Not canvassing the area or nothing. I'm just out there acting like, I'm from there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or that type of way, yeah. But you know what I mean? But whatever you do with yourself, you maneuver differently. Can't do that shit running with like 8, 9 motherfuckers, and motherfuckers want to act up, and you running around with aliases. These motherfuckers calling you, and bringing people around and all type. Man, listen, man. I was one of them type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? I was on some, stay low. I was on some stay low shit. You know what I'm saying? So all of that up in, being in the mix, and like I said, I've been in, I dodged raids and helicopters above and whole 9 yards, man. Just learning how to fucking stay the fuck out the way. You know what I'm saying? These are all stories I can give you. Don't worry about it, but you know what I'm saying? Yes. Like I said, that was my first realization that the black liberation movement wasn't gonna happen in my generation. Even though I've always kept the fight, I've always accepted the fact that the capitalist mind state was powerful. Which wouldn't be a problem if you wasn't trying to build it off the absolute bottom while the rest of the nation has already built up. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, when America was in its growing period, right? And everybody was basically, I guess doing that. You got the Italians and the Irish and all of these mobs. You understand what I'm saying? You coming in the game, on a product that they control, that they sell you, they sell your people, and you selling your people. That's not control. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact of life. So I just didn't see it as um, any means of the people liberating themselves. Not with that. You know what I'm saying? Not with you trying to get me for a pair of fucking etonics. I told you, like, I'm think, to this day I'm laughing because when I look and I see that shit, I go, yeah, man, that's right there. That's what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? I kept in my closet for 4 years. Hanging on every time I open my closet to get dressed, I see them shits like, yeah, you pussy niggas. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You fucking ain't coming off me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Fuck man with you. You know what I mean? So that was just an experience that I and the reason wasn't that like it could never happen, because that would be a lie. You know what I'm saying? It did happen. I been robbed before. You know what I'm saying? What I was saying is to the point of I accepted that this was the belly of the beast, meaning that no matter where they was at, they were infested with white wants and desires. So, like, we're there, but we're not there together. Like, we're there for separate things, separate causes, but we're bunched in. So I learned how to, maneuver around that. Like, niggas just respect that he not on that. Like, I'm not on that time, but I give it up. I'm saying I fuck with all the live niggas. All the live niggas know me. They be like, oh, no, that nigga give it up. You know what I'm saying? That nigga rock you. Let him talk this, this pro-black shit to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be honest with you. I tell people all the time, I'm not pro-black. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black revolutionist. It's two different things, totally different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got love for pro-black people, but I feel like being pro-black comes with guidelines, and then once you got those guidelines, you know it's controlled, meaning that, like me, for me it's like you can't be fighting for critical race theory and then turn around and celebrate Juneteenth. Like, for me, that's like a oxymoron. That's just me. So inside of that is where I fall over here, because I know that in those opinions it becomes offensive, because people want to find something to have pride about, which I respect, right? But when you point out that those are not the things to be proud about, and the reasons why and how you could turn that around, meaning that it would have to be actions made, then you wind up with all of this conflict, within, because now it's like a ego thing. Like, they feel like you're attacking them or something, and it's like, nah, I'm just pointing out the situation that we're in. We wouldn't be in if we moved in this direction, but that meant you would have to take a look at all of these components. And if you're interested in all of these components right here, then and only then would a person understand. But if they're not interested in any of those components, then it's what it is. But I wanted to, and so with that, I wanted to slide out, but I wanted to show love to Bootsy, right? Let me bring this up, right? And I'm gonna say this like this, right? Um, I don't know any Bootsy badass music. If I do, I didn't know. I'm gonna look it up and see if I know any of his songs. I'm gonna keep it G with you. I don't know none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I know, like, even Yo Gotti. Like, these are the kind of guys' names I heard. I know they was all out around the same time, and they connected with a bunch of different conflicts or whatever, and rumors and street stuff. So, I know that about them. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't know their music, and it's not a slight to them. It's just that that pace of rhythming is not my pace. So it's not even what they saying. I don't, have a problem with it. It's just that pace of rhythming and the snare and all of that is just not me. It's like, if you like jazz, you like jazz. If you don't, you know what I mean? It's not nothing against that. It's just that's just not me. So I wanted to bring this up. It says Bootsy Badass tweets another homophobic rant against Lil Nas X. You just don't stop. I could just imagine how that shit sounded. Like I could just, you know what I'm saying? Like I could just hear him like, hey, you just don't fucking stop, do you, man? You just don't stop. Let me explain to you why he's saying this, right? Okay, now he's saying right here, right, hold on. Let's go down. Nigga Bootsy. He goes, Little Nas X has got a lot of people talking as he ramps to release of his debut album. And one of those people, Bootsy Badass, is not happy about it. Don't worry about it, Bootsy. You ain't the only one who ain't happy about it. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? So it goes. In a tweet posted on Friday morning, September 3rd, Badass shared a message where he once again went after the industry baby rapper with homophobic language for expressing his overt queerness to the public. I want like me, I'm on remember what I do now. I'm always pointing out how the media, you understand what I'm saying, approaches the um the situation. You understand what I'm saying? I'm always there. That's what I'm saying. I'm there just approaching, the media's stance on it, right? So when you see this, right, you notice that they're taking the he's homophobic, he's on Twitter. We would call that quote unquote dry snitching people. That's what you would call dry snitching. Dry snitching is not snitching, right? Because dry snitching is more like ain't got shit to do with you. And you just trying to put somebody in the direction of, hey, Twitter, you should really suspend him because he's promoting homophobic doctrines or teachings or belief systems. Let me say it like this, right? Please stop saying phobic. Say something else. A phobia means to fear, right? Like to paralyze you, right? So how is what he's saying paralyze him? Like you calling him a homophobic. He's making homophobic. Like what fear is he promoting right there? Maybe we have to read this again. But inside there I don't see anything paralyzing. I know phobias. So what phobia, like to say a phobia, right? So what would that be? You saying this man is homophobic. You know what I'm saying right here. With homophobic language. Now, let's see what this language is, right? Overt queerness. It says, Little Nas asked, what the you just don't stop, he wrote. I think he's going to turn around and suck one of his background dancers, D's, on national TV. But he says, protect yours. God turned over in his grave. God turning over in his grave. Right? Now, my question is inside of this, just this alone, right? Where is the homophobic? Oh, homophobic is not wanting to see it. why would that be a problem? Would you want to see that? And because you would, then why won't you have a platform for that? Nobody ain't knocking you. My thing is this. I understand that there's a lifestyle, right? I want to say something, but I don't want to, sound homophobic. And for me, I think that um, the subject is kind of like Jews. It's like a thing, like if you say anything, you anti-Semitic. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you say anything about Jewish people, you anti-Semitic. You could talk about everybody else, but you could say if you say anything about a Jew, they wearing black. Oh, that's anti-Semitic. Like, yo, I know you gotta be hiding all of that black. Oh, he's hating on the Jews. But if I said that to my homie wearing a hoodie and whatever the case may be, and all black, it wouldn't be anti-black. You see what I'm saying? So I don't understand this because there's certain things you just don't want um, to indulge in. And I don't want to be in Rome. I didn't know. I didn't sign up to be in Rome. I don't think anybody signed up to be in Rome. Clearly, we didn't know we was entering Rome or born in Rome, so I didn't think that we got to do as we are in Rome. That's what I think Bootsy is saying. It's like, nah, nobody knew we was in Rome. You can't just plant Rome on us and tell us we gotta go with whatever Rome is doing. We don't even know what Rome is doing. Y'all gotta lay it out for us. What is the end game? Because right now, we thought it was just, people wanting to get, married. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of this. It says, Wild the Nasty, Nasty Rapper. I didn't know we had an, only knew that was the Rhinestone Cowboy. Whatever the fuck the cowboy shit. That's the only one I knew. I don't know what this is. Thank God. It just don't sound right. Nasty, nasty. This sound like some shit like Nicki Minaj is supposed to be. This don't sound, I don't know, maybe because I know who the rapper is, this title just doesn't, I don't know. I don't know. Rapper didn't retweet or respond to anything directly from Lil Nas X followers, where where followers were able to extrapolate that Badass was set off by the rapper's Fox, like basically fake ass pregnancy. Announcement released Tuesday. In a series of photos, the 22-year-old revealed a pregnant belly celebrating the upcoming birth of his new album, Montero. I'm gonna just say it like this, man. If I catch one of you dudes playing this shit in the hood, man, that's it. That's it. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to hear nothing when somebody approaches you. That's like being in New York playing 6ix9ine. That's like being in New York playing 6ix9ine. That's all I'm saying. That's what I feel. Or anywhere playing 6ix9ine for that matter. But I'm saying definitely in New York. Like definitely in New York. You know what I'm saying? Playing 6ix9ine is like I don't know, like I can't really think of an epitome after that. I think that's the epitome, like right now. I don't think you could go any higher than that right now. I think after that becomes this guy right here. You know what I'm saying? But that's not being homophobic. That's just saying you are putting the fear in people. Not homophobic though, or fear though, yes. But phobia is to cripple somebody. It's not, nobody's being crippled by this. Bootsy, nobody. He's still active. He's still doing whatever he's doing. So to say phobia, yeah, that's a problem. You're trying to make it something that it's not, so that way you can send Twitter and social media at the young guy, you know, for speaking his piece. He has that right. That's just all I'm saying. He has that right. I'm about to slide out of here, you know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I'm saying? I just really wanted to talk about one thing, and I wanted to slide this in real quick because, you know, that's my stance on it. I support Bootsy. I'm kind of disappointed in the baby, you know. But then again, the reason why I say kinda is because he did make that. This is bigger than black and white. I don't know what's bigger than black and white at a time of a George Floyd. You know, right? It's pretty strange to me. You say this is bigger than black and white. So I don't know if because everybody doing these little publicity stunts. You see to what level Kanye will publicity stunt. I'm gonna get into that. I want people why people ain't talking about, you know, how much of a con he done played on you dudes for so long. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let that be for another time. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the holidays that's coming up. You know, and I'm gonna slide out of here. Peace. Oh, by the way, this is your boy Juice Warner with another episode of Smoke and Jokes, where we discuss today's topics while indulging in the greatest of herbal essences. And in today's show is brought to you by no other than Lemon Haze. If you gotta be in the haze, it might as well be lemony. You dig?